Is somebody ready for a story? I said, is somebody ready for a story? I can't hear ya.
Another episode of How I Met. Thank y'all again, man. Thank y'all so much for supporting me, y'all. Y'all are watching these, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to go with Charlie Wilson. How I Met Charlie Wilson, all right, from the Gap Band. This was early 2000, and I was in Little Rock, Arkansas, doing a play called Something She Can Feel. So me and my boy Joe Palmer, my assistant, were out there. And we were checking in with some other actors that were in the play. We were at the hotel lobby checking in. And all of a sudden, this dude comes walking in with a sweatsuit, velour sweatsuit, and all his damn jewelry. All his jewelry, and glasses and shit, diamonds, bling, bling, bling. And he had a woman with him, like a little Middle Eastern woman with him coming up to the front door. I was like, damn, somebody's shooting a 90s video, a 90s hip-hop video or something. But it was Charlie Wilson. I recognized, oh, that's Charlie Wilson right there. And so she kind of checked him in. He kind of stood around, and he came and walked over to me, and we started talking and stuff. And he was very pleasant, man, to be around. Very, very pleasant, just talking and stuff. I'm like, that's Charlie Wilson from the Gap Band talking to me. And we were chopping it up about being in the play, and he's happy to be on the play, and then some other actors were sitting around. Let me tell you, a lot of times, sometimes these actors are just so stuck up with themselves. I ain't gonna lie, they are. They stuck the fuck up, okay? I'm too cool to talk to nobody right now. I'm this man. Until they calm their monkey ass down. But he, right from the beginning, was cool and was talking and stuff. Chewing some gum. He always chewing gum. Chewing gum. And so it was pleasant. So we got to know each other. One day for lunch, after we were doing the play for a couple of weeks, we had lunch together. I was sitting there eating lunch. He came and sat with me, and we started talking. And he gave me a lot of stories. He broke down some history, man. I don't know, some stuff I didn't realize. Like, wow, how him and Rick James was off the chain in the early 80s. Yes, cocaine is a hell of a drug. He told me he sniffed up everything, man, and the parties and the sex they had, not together, but, with women and together like that. I was like, wow, man. He said, man, that life he lived was crazy from like the late 70s, early 80s and stuff. He said it was off the chain. And so he tells me a story about how it all, hit rock bottom, and he wound up catching himself in a rehab center. And he was in a rehab center for a while, and he lost a lot of friends. A lot of people weren't contacting him anymore. Record companies dropping him and stuff, and people just got away from him. And he said when he got out, they gave him his clothes and told him on his way. Basically he was free to go out. And he had no home to go to. He said he had no place to go, and then nobody to call, and people weren't really messing with him and shit. And he said the lady that ran the facility, she said she wound up giving him some money to have a place to stay. Ain't that crazy? The lady that runs the facility gave him some money for a place to stay. And it wound up being the Middle Eastern woman that was there. And she owned the facility, and she wound up giving that up, man, the facility, to help him, get back on his feet and revitalize his career, which it started happening. If you start, with R. Kelly songs, and he just started becoming Uncle Charlie. This is before this time, okay? We talking about, 2003? So it was before then. And so his career started elevating. As you see now, he's huge and popular again, man. I'm so happy for him. But it was a dope time to sit down and talk to him about it. And he told me about all the crazy things he did, and now his career's on another level. But one thing I can remember about being on tour with him is, no homo, but he smelled really good. I mean, he really did, because, you can't really ask a man normally how they got a cologne on, man. What you wearing, man? What you got on, player? What you wearing? Like, what you talking about what I'm wearing, man? But I remember asking him, and he told me. And I forgot what cologne it was. It must have been some expensive cologne. And I've always tried to find that cologne. And I was like, next time I see Charlie and I can really ask him, I'm going to ask him. In fact, I know another guy, a friend of mine, who was on tour on some shows with him, doing some other stuff. And he brought it out of nowhere. We were talking. He's like, yeah, man, I'm on tour, with Charlie Wilson and blah, 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 and blah, blah. And yeah, guess what? Yeah, man, that boy be smelling good. I'm like, you smell him too? He's like, yeah. I said, damn. Did you ask him what he wore? Like, no, I didn't ask him like that. I was like, wow. So, Charlie, in fact, Charlie has an island, he says. He owns an island. Him and Hurricanes own an island. He invited me out to the island one time. I'm going to take him up on that. The next time I actually saw him was he was headlining a show with Fantasia. Yeah, it was in Atlanta, and he was backstage. He performed. I saw him real quick backstage, but he had such an entourage, and the lady was still with him. I didn't get a chance to ask him. I'm gonna say, man, what is it you got on, brother? What's that cologne? So, Charlie, if you're watching this, man, I don't know if you're watching, but if you're watching, DM me what you had on, man. What's that cologne you have, man? Because it is the bomb, man. But Charlie Wilson's a great guy. Met him, really humble, really down to earth, man. Really, I'm really happy for his, it shows that, man, you can be knocked down, you can be, hot one time, go down and come back again, like rise like the Phoenix, man. So I'm happy for Charlie Wilson. And again, thank you so much for watching this, man. Remember, that's how I met Charlie Wilson. If you want to hear more stories, get on Amazon and get this book. Boom. Holla at me.
Is somebody ready for a story? I said, is somebody ready for a story? I can't hear ya.
Turn me up a little bit. Turn me up a little bit.
If you like that clip, hit the subscribe button or the notification bell. In fact, why don't you hit both of them?